darkest days. Now, think this war of mine, but with zombies, and you'll see what I mean as I get the game going. But first things first, of course, I do need to get to the live lounge to be able to respond to any comments that you guys are making. So give me a moment and I shall get there. So let's go here and here. Should be able to see my live stream. There it is. Lovely stuff. Okay, let me just check on a couple of different things. Yep, that's all good. And pop a hi in here. Now, I'm very acutely aware that I haven't announced this stream, so I may well be broadcasting this to myself. But it is what it is. If you do drop in and start watching, then fantastic. But again, we'll get the game underway. Now, first things first, what I do want to do is bring down the master volume. We'll bring that down to, I don't know, about 55. And what we'll also do is bring the music down to about 35. That should bring everything to a good balance so you can hear what I'm saying. Now, the game doesn't have a save system, so very similar to this war of mine, you do a game or you don't. So although I've got a very successful run through going at the moment with like 4 survivors and everything else, I wanted to get an understanding for the game first before I actually decided to start live streaming. So let's do a new game. It's going to override my current save file. That's fine, not a problem. And here we go.
People of Walton, this is your mayor, John Ward. Now, I want to take a moment to thank y'all for your patience.
Now, suffice it to say, I'm going to skip this. The guy basically goes blah, 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 blah. He's buggered out of the town hall. It's off in the distance somewhere and ends up the zombies get him anyway. So let's skip this. So we're in the 1980s and now we get to choose various people. So you can have Tracy and Wayne, you can have Daryl and Leo, Sebastian and Diane, Hector and Kayla, Daphne and Penny, and then all the way back round again. Now, what I have found is I always use the same 2 people. Now, I'm hoping, as it's early access, that what we will have is very similar to this war of mine, which is you will be able to choose which people you want at some point in the future, because at the moment, as I said, game's early access. So who we want is Daryl and Leo, because Leo is a good brawler and is good at the beginning of the game to go out and scavenge. And now, next tip, if you get this game, even if you know what you're doing, go with I'm new to the game. Now, the reason for that, I've done 10 attempts at I know what I'm doing, and pretty much my characters have died off the bat pretty much every single time very quickly in the game. It's been a little bit frustrating. The durability of weapons is very low. I get that the game is supposed to be more about stealth and not alerting the zombies to your presence, but combat is a key component of the game regardless, and you will see as we play through this. So we're going to go I'm new to the game, and this starts us off. Now, the spawning location, again, it's the same as this war of mine. It is a random location. However, when you do this tutorial, it is a fixed location. So it doesn't matter how many times you do this, it always starts the same. And there's quite a lot of benefits for this, and I'll explain as we go through. So let's close this. Okay, our barricades have been attacked. Yep, okay, lovely. Now we've got our 2 characters. So we've got good old Daryl here, and we've got Leo. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is go over to this workbench, and you're going to want to improve your barricades. You start with 2 wood, always. So we're going to add that to the queue, because we want to beef them up a bit, because we're not moving just yet. Okay, so then right click, close that off, go to your second person. Now, what you want to do, we've got multiple workbenches, by the way. So let's come up here. And if we go through, actually, I'm trying to think they're downstairs, aren't they? Not upstairs. The bedroom. All right, Leo, go downstairs, please. Thank you. So the bed is upstairs, and you've also got 2 sleeping spots as well, which is handy. So we've got the workbench here. You've got the barricade bench at the far side, and we've got our scavenging for resources, so our map as to where we're going. Now, we're going to want to scavenge straight away. Now, because it's tutorial, we are going straight to here because it's a mandated location. Prepare to scavenge. We have no weapons. However, you are given a lockpick. Now take it with you. So again, always do the tutorial regardless of how many times you've played through for that extra bit at the beginning, because again, I've tried it 10 times without the tutorial and it is quite challenging. So ease yourself into the game. So here we go, we're taking our lockpick, we're going to scavenge. Now that you've assigned all of your survivors to tasks, you want to hold down R. Oops, that was accidental. Okay, let's do that again. And tab out. There we go. Seriously? Oh, do you know what I haven't done now? I haven't taken the blooming lockpick. Right, there we go, and go scavenge. Right, now, we've assigned everyone, so hold down R, all survivors assigned, and we're going to go and scavenge. This is very easy, this first part. So, continue. Now, some of the important mechanics on this is crouching. So you want to be as stealthy as you possibly can. There isn't really any danger on this first mission into the wilderness. So we're going to search this car. Quick tap of the Q key takes everything. So that's what I tend to do when you're first searching. So yep, tab for inventory so we can see what we've got. Now you peek through doors. So very similar, and you'll see that the symbols and everything else are also very similar to this war of mine. In fact, pretty much identical. So yep, left control to sneak. I'm already doing it, so you don't need to tell me. Right, so again, peek. Now there is a zombie against that wall, but as long as we move past swiftly, it won't detect us. So don't linger, the dead will become aware. Now what you can do if you want is you can close the door. So there you go. You don't have to, but later on, that becomes quite important. So we're going to search here as well. We're going to, again, take everything. We can go straight out this door. There's nothing there. And up we go here. Now, there's a location to search. So again, we'll search here. So do a bit of scavenging. Again, take everything. And use the telescope. Now the telescope gives us new locations, so Old Ballad, Value Records, Texas, Texway Gas Heart Station, Street even, so it's a gas station, petrol station if you're in the UK. Down we go, and now we're going to do our first stealth kill. So again, make sure you're crouched, and you want to approach the zombie from behind, and then just tap the E key. Nice and violent death. And it's dead. Now the reason that you bring the lockpick with you is because on here you need to open the shed. So open shed with our lockpick, take everything, and we have looted the entire location. Now it's the same again, the same as this war of mine. You have on both sides entrance and exits on both sides of whatever place you're visiting. Some of them you can't get to the other side, most of them you can. But there we go. So our barricades have been increased in strength, and of course we've looted everything. So continue. Now we are in a position, relatively easy. There's two of us. What do you do on the first night? Well, the first night, the best thing to do is to send Leo to sleep so he recovers his energy. So let's go and send him to sleep. Okay, so assign survivor. Again, close out. Again, 1 or 2 key to change character. And what we can do is get good old Daryl, because look at his sleep. He's not sleepy, and see if we can make anything. No, we haven't got enough material yet for that. We can build the medical station. We can't do anything else. So we can't make anything else, and we don't have an additional lockpick. So it'd probably be worth making another one. So what we'll do is we'll get him to make a lockpick, or you can make the medical station. Choice really here is yours. You can build it later on anyway. So let's go with the lockpick, and then we will come out, and then again just do R to complete the phase, and we'll go back through to the daytime. Now our barriers will have been attacked, so we've got that, and we lost 1 health off of our barrier. That's fine. Again, not a problem. What do we want to get him to do during the day? Well, this is one where you don't assign him anything. So we go back to good old Leo. What you can actually do is get him to sleep, actually. It's not entirely necessary, but just ensures that he's full and ready to go. Now, we do also have in our inventory one snack. At the moment, we haven't found anything else. Keep it for now, because no one's hungry. And again, we're going to send him to bed. Even though it's quite unnecessary, there's nothing else for him to do because we can't build anything. So again, back to Leo, and we're going to send him out into the wasteland again. Well, it's not a wasteland, it's a city. Hi Danny, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So again, what we want to do is go, and it's because it's the tutorial, you have a specific location to go to. And again, as I've said, don't do I know what I'm doing, because I've died over 10 times doing so, because it is quite brutal. You want to get yourself familiar with the game first. Okay, so we're going to value records, prepare to scavenge. We want to take our axe, and I know that there is nothing locked here, so we're going to leave the lockpick behind, and we're going to go and scavenge. Now we've assigned everyone, so again, R key, because all survivors have been assigned. Good stuff. So off we go for another scavenging run. Now, I do really like this game. Now, I love this War of Mine. I mean, I've got plenty of this War of Mine content on my channel, but I do love this game. It's the mix of zombies and this War of Mine. So we're peeking through the door. Again, you'll notice if you actually look, it's opening the door to peek through. So if a zombie is approaching the area that you're peeking through, highly likely they will see you and they will attack. So let's open the door. As we can see, there's no zombies. Oh, we've got one facing backwards and there is one walking upstairs. So sneak. And again with that E key. Nice axe to the head. One dead zombie. And I waited for the zombie that was upstairs to disappear off to the left-hand side, so we didn't flag their attention either. Now there's a location here to search. Again, lots of good stuff. So Q key, take everything. And then later on, if you want to swap stuff out, because you want to manage it differently, you can do that. Now this door is blocked, so we can't get through. So now we need to time our next attack with the zombie. So a lot of this game I found is patience. So up we go. Now what you want to do is half come up the stairs, because you can see and they can't see. So the zombie will walk back across in a second. There we go. Now again, we're waiting for it to turn around. And up we go. Now you have to be quick, because if she turns around, you're going to get spotted. Again, E key, stealth attack, dead. Okay. Now there's nothing to search here at all. So we're going to go further into the building now. Okay, so we've got another room here. Now this is dark and you can't see anything, but it's fine. There's nothing through here. And we can use our torch, which is your right mouse button. So again, you can aim the torch to what you want to look at. Now there is a search spot, so let's search. Again, take everything. Oh, nice. What's that? Meat stew. Lovely. So we've got some food. Cooked food, more importantly. Again, peek. Now, I know there isn't a zombie here, so I know that I can open the door. Now, however, through here, we do have a zombie. Oh, perfect timing. Don't turn around. There we go. Now, you'll notice my axe has now got a yellow exclamation mark over it, and that's what I'm saying. The durability of the weapons is fairly shocking in this game. Right, so again, search. We're going to take everything because we've got enough room. And we're going to go upstairs. Because there's a little bag over to the left-hand side that we can search. I don't know why I'm crouching, don't need to at this point because there's no zombies up here, but it's fine. So here we go. Again, search. What have we got? Okay. So, bearing in mind this is going to turn into our shelter, anything you leave behind will disappear. Now, we don't have a deconstruction bench yet, so this is a pointless item. The coffee is good, for restoring rest, but it's only temporary. So again, not essential. That frees us up with 2 things. So we can take the screws, we can take the components, we can take the duct tape. They all stacked, so we now have 2 slots spare still. So let's take the beer and the clothing and leave the coffee behind, because you're not going to be able to recover it. So again, once you move into this place, anything that was previously searchable disappears. Which again, I find a little bit weird, that because in this war of mine, when you first start, you actually have areas within your locations that you can search and find parts and everything else, whereas this doesn't. We've cleared this out. Now see how it's still saying remove the zombie threat? So clearly there is still a zombie somewhere. Oh, and it's here. Quickly, attack, attack, attack. Now you can use Q to dodge, so you'll dodge backwards. My axe is now red, but let's have a look. What have we got here? Okay, do these stack? Yes, they do. Have we got water? Yes, we have. Does that stack? Yes, it does. Now we have meat and veg. Now meat and veg is going to be more important than our busted up axe, but what we will do is we'll get rid of the beer and we'll get rid of the clothes, and then we'll take all of this. So we've now got meat and veg, enough to make a couple of meals, so that's good to have. So again, back out. Now there are still items in here. We can have a look out here. There's nothing there. So again, you can open the door and it's a second way out. So we just literally go through and head back to the shelter because we've cleared everything. And now we can move shelter. Now if you're particular, you can go back to the location to clear up any extra items before you move in, but there's nothing there really that we need in a big way, so you don't have to. So here we go, we're back. Now it's probably worth him having the meal and the other guy having the fast food, so the snack. There we go, so we've recovered some hunger. And the next thing we're going to want to do now is move locations, because we don't need to build anything else. It's a nighttime phase. It's the ideal time to move. So we will move. And I'm kind of doing it quicker than I would on my own because I'm live streaming. So we want to move locations. So you go to the place that you've cleared out and you go move shelter. Are you sure? Yep, let's move. And we'll now be set up in the record store. There we go, tutorial complete. You're on your own. So that's how quick the tutorial is. But what it does, as I said, it sets you up for going ahead. So we want to get Daryl to hopefully build a cooking station. Yep, we have enough resources. So assign the task. You want to prioritise food over weapons. So we can also build a weapons bench, but you'll notice it uses components, screws and duct tape. And this uses material, wood and screws. So we should have enough to also build the weapons bench as well. So let's get this constructed. So add to queue. And again, come back out again. Then go to good old Leo, who is in a relatively good position. And we want to get him exploring. No, Leo, go down the stairs, dude. There we go. Now the barriers are okay at the moment. So if we have a look, the strength is 5. So we don't need to put any additional barrier strength in today. So let's move over and go to the search post. So here we go. Now we have quite a few different locations. So 38 Irving Drive, we've already cleared that place out, so there's nothing there. We also have Old Ballard. Now this is quite a challenging location. We have Texway Gas Heart Station. Now that's got a garden on the roof, but it only has one shelter bed. We also have 319 Schrader Street. So this is the location that we were in just now, that we've moved out of. But you'll notice it now has food, medical, weapons and base resources, even though it was our shelter. How weird is that? The next location that tends to be a good one to go for is not the taxi rank, because look at the threat level. The threat level from here is 0 apparently. Interesting. That seems to be a glitch. because it's showing that it's got no anything. So's that as well, actually. That's weird. Normally you get a list of stuff that is potentially here, so that may well be a glitch. There is no threat, or it's not telling me what the threat is. Now, the police station is a ridiculous threat level. Again, the gas station is a relatively good one to go for a few resources. So what we'll do is, and a potential next location to move to when it gets too hot where we are. So let's clear out the gas station. So we want to take our busted up axe. I don't think there's a lockpick location here. So go scavenge. And what have we got Daryl doing? Yep, Daryl's busy. We're going to go scavenge. Let's go. Now, there is a wandering zombie here, but I found that they have a visual range, so we're going to crouch straight away. And as we slowly go across here, we will see a zombie. Come on, zombie. Where are you? There we are. Come on. Come on. That's it. Slowly walk. You can't see me, even though you could see me, but you can't, so it's fine. Now we walk out to here, and it should turn around at the end, and then we can stealth kill it. There we go, and that's where this game does not pay to rush in any way, shape or form. So up behind we go, smack with the axe, dead, but the weapon is destroyed. So we now have no weapons. And this is what I'm talking about, the endurance of them is pathetic. Right, so we're going to take everything from here. Now we do have now a glass bottle. It's not a weapon, it's a distraction tool. So if we come back out, we now hold up our torch. We also have equipped in our hand a bottle that we can throw to create a distraction. Now there is a zombie in here from memory. But there is a survivor that we can contact up here, and that's why I chose the location. So in here we got nothing, no zombies, in we go. And contact, and we've got Joe. Now Joe, one of his benefits is strong shoulders, so he's got extra backpack space. Great person to get early in the game. He's a gearhead as well, which gives extra component resources for each dismantled item, so he's good to use the deconstruction workbench. But he's also depleted, so extra morale is lost when hunger is low. So if his belly's not full, he gets sad. Okay, we're happy to have you. No, I'm sure we won't regret it, that's fine. And we've got a location to search. Okay, so we're going to take everything, including the mystery pills. Oh yes, some mystery drugs that apply a random state. I haven't actually used them as of yet. Have a peek through. Oh, we've got an open door and the noise of the zombies. And if you remember, we got no weapon, so it's a bit risky. So we're going to come back. And you'll notice up on the roof there is a telescope that will unlock new locations. So worth keeping in mind. Drop down. Now I was certain there was a zombie in here. But there might not be this time. Now these are hiding places, by the way, so this is something I watched a couple of other YouTubers doing this, and they didn't actually highlight the fact that you can hide behind stuff. So a zombie will casually walk past you if you use one of these hiding spots, and then you can pop out behind them and get a stealth kill, which makes it a lot easier if you have a weapon. If you don't, you're screwed. Okay, so again, we've got some stuff, take all. Yeah, I'm being quite careful here because we've got another search location. Ah, good, we've got a screwdriver. Okay, so a screwdriver's a weapon, so at least we can kill zombies now. Now let's have a peek. There's a zombie. Okay, now we need to wait. And listen. I think that might be the point. No, here we go. Okay, nice little stealth kill. Lovely. Careful as we go, because we don't know where the next zombies are. Okay, we've got a location to search. Lovely. Okay, again, take everything. We can't. Okay, let's get rid of the wooden box, I think, maybe. Because the wood is going to be more beneficial to us at the moment. I mean, that is wood, basically. But we can't deconstruct anything yet, so it's pointless. We don't have a machine to make coffee, so we don't need that either, and we may ditch the fuel. But the important thing is to clean out this location. Now, there is a dude out the back here in police uniform. Oh, it's a different zombie this time. Okay. Well, we can stealth kill this guy. There we go. Oh, look. See that drain cover? It just got covered up by someone. Ooh, question mark. Strange markings. Now, I haven't actually completed the game yet, but it looks like you gather a bunch of clues and eventually get an escape plan together. Now, let's go back. Now, can we lift ourselves up here? Yes, we can. Okay. It's always worth checking. So we've got an empty bathroom here. Let's go in. And what's in the bathroom? Okay, so we've got more material. Let's get rid of the mystery pills because we don't need those. Take the material. Can't take the duct tape. Can take the screws. Right. Duct tape's probably going to be quite handy to have at the moment. It's all about the cabs. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Danny Yayo. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Right. Okay, let's get rid of our fuel. Because we don't need fuel yet for crafting. So let's take the duct tape. Have a peek through here. Oh, we've got double zombies in there. 2. Now the other one's walked long distance. But the ideal place to get him is from actually on the other side of the building. So let's go out. Again, across we go. What did we leave in here? Ah, yes, the coffee in the wooden crates. That's fine. Okay, so again, we're going to track back across the building. Now, the reason we're tracking back across the building is we can go back upstairs again, where we recruited that new person to our shelter. So, climb up onto the cars, back up onto the roof again. I love also everything in the background of this as well, all with the 1980s theme. It is pretty cool. So through we go. Now we know that through here there should be, and he should walk all the way here. I can hear footsteps. Here he comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh crap. Did he see me? No. Has he turned? Yes. Right, come on, 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 come on. Come on. Jeez, this one's got a lot of health. There we go. And that's melee combat without a weapon. So it is challenging. But we've managed to kill the zombies. Oh god, we've got another one up on the roof. Damn, didn't dodge in time. There we go. Another zombie. Dead. Okay. And that's why it's good to have Leo, because he is a brawler. I'm very good, thanks, Danielle. I am very good indeed. Right, now we want the telescope. So we've got a garden here on the roof. So if we use this as a shelter, we can grow food. But more important is to unlock the additional locations. So we've now got Fire Station number 8 and Hackett Construction Inc. Can we go over the top? Oh look, we can. Yoink. So our backpack is full. Oh no, we've got a space now, haven't we? Because our weapon broke. So let's go through here. So we killed these guys. Actually, was there anything to search in here? Yes, there was. Okay, so more components. Oh, another lockpick. Yeah, that we can't take. We can take the wood. Okay. So we're going to want to do at least one more scavenging run in this location just to clear it out, because we're leaving quite a lot of stuff behind, including all the stuff here. But other than that, I think we've done. So let's go. Thank you. We found our mystery symbol as well. So off we trot. In fact, you can just run now. There we go. And let's return to the shelter. Now we're going to have our third guest. So our extra person will have arrived. But we've got loads of stuff, and we've produced our cooking station. So strange markings, lead discovered. We came across some odd graffiti. An orange stencil shaped like a circular maze. We should check if any more are scattered across the city. Barricades took a bit of a beating. Not bad. So first things first, we want to cook some food. Now, Leo could probably do with a bite. So we've got some junk food, so give him one junk food. And go to the cooking station. So we're going to make a meat stew and we're going to make a veg stew. It makes 2 of each. So that will be 4 meals for our 3 people. So good stuff. And as you can see, we've got a decent supply of meat and we've got a decent supply of veg and water. So we're good for now. So that's all sorted. So close that. He's cooking. To our next person. No, we don't want him yet. We want good old Daryl here. Let's go to our workbench. Can we make a weapons workbench? Yes, we can. Good. We can also make an extra bed. Now, an extra bed is important because at the moment we've only got 1, but we also need a communal area as well to recover mental anguish. But we want, and we can upgrade our workbench as well, but we don't want to do that right now. So we're going to want to build the weapons workbench. So add to the queue. There we go. And then we go to our third person. So good old Joe here. He could do with some food actually. Let's give him some. And we're going to send him out. Right, okay, so let's see if these have updated. There we go. Now we can see the threat level. That's more like it. Okay. Now again, we might as well go back to our old base because it's got food. So food is quite important. This location is mental, so we're not going to go there. We've already been here, but we need to finish clearing it out. There's nothing there. This is quite good for weapons. Jay's Motel. No, actually, let's go to Jay's Motel because this one's relatively easy to do. So prepared to scavenge. We don't have any weapons, so we only have this. I don't think there's any locked rooms off the top of my head, but I don't want to waste the slot if there isn't, and I don't think there is. Now we'll take one anyway just in case. And go scavenge. Oh, hold on, no, we're on night, aren't we? Can we cancel his action? Here's another one. Don't know how to cancel actions either. I've been a bit of a miss on this because nighttime is not when you want to be doing things. There we go. So E. So close. Mark that out. That's fine. You don't want to do it at night. So let's go over here. We've got plenty of wood, so let's improve our barricades. So again, add to the queue. Good stuff. And now everyone is doing something. So we are good to end the night. We're back into the daytime now. So Daryl's now gained gnawing hunger. Well, that's convenient because we've just made some meals. So let's give him a meat stew. There we go. He hasn't got gnawing hunger anymore. Right, onto the workbench again. Now, as I said, we could build other stuff. So we ideally want to build a second bed. So let's get that done. Add to queue. Again, come back out again. Now with Leo, we might as well get him to keep cooking. He doesn't need sleep yet. So let's get him to cook another meat stew and another veg stew. So 4 more meals. Again, add to queue. That's all done. So close out. And now we go to our good old friend Joe. And we're going to send him out into the wastelands. Okay, so again, we're going to go to the motel. Prepare to scavenge. Take a glass bottle. Actually, no, don't. It's pointless. So we're just going to take the lockpick. Nothing else. And we're going to go and scavenge. Everyone's assigned. Let's go. So, Jay's Motel. Now, first things first, you're going to want to crouch. Now, if I remember correctly, there is a zombie in there, yes. So, we're going to want to climb up because we've got no weapons. And there is one in here, but it's in a closed room. The only problem is there are more zombies in that bedroom to the left-hand side. So I think it might be better to actually kill the one downstairs. Because again, as I said, we've got no weapons. Less than ideal, but it is what it is. Is there somewhere we can search before we get to him? No. Oh, there is. That's hilarious. Come on, have a weapon. No. An extra lockpick. Okay. Well, we're going to have to attack. Okay, one dead zombie. Right, now through here, there shouldn't be anything. So, let's go. Now, this should be safe as well. There's a search location here with a smashed glass, so we're going to get some more food. Lovely stuff, junk food, fantastic. Now, there is a zombie walking along the top. But again, ideally what we want is weapons. And this place should have weapons. The only problem is we are a little bit stuck. This is a quiet room, I think. No, we got the zombie. Damn it. And there are other zombies in that room that if you attack that one without stealth... No, actually it must be the only zombie. It must be the upstairs bedroom that's got the extra zombies. Come on, come on, come on. Give me a weapon. Ouch. Dodge, damn it. Okay, right. Health not so good now, but we've killed another zombie. Oh, still no weapons. Jesus. Okay. Well, less than ideal. We've cleared that location out. At least we've built a weapons workbench back in our shelter. Now, the zombie is up on that top floor. You can see the footsteps there. So directly above my head now. And I will walk at the same speed as the zombie. So there, you can see the footprints directly above my head. Now, I think what we want to do now is wait for the footprints to reappear above my head, and at that point we can go up the stairs. There we go. So walking down the other end. Again, sneaky, sneaky time. Again, we've got some sleepers. Let me close the door. Okay. Come on, have a weapon. Really? Oh my goodness gracious me. I think we're going to have to literally bug out without having... Right, let's get rid of the coffee. Take the screws, because the screws are more important. And of course there's a zombie in there, I know there is. Now, I'm not quite sure where that other zombie's going to be. Don't come across, don't come across, don't come across. There we go. Okay, so we're safe. The only problem is no weapons, which is less than ideal. So we're literally having to stealth the crap out of this, which is not my favourite method of play, but we're alive. Now, we haven't cleared out that upstairs or the bathroom, so we have more to loot from here, that's fine. We have a full backpack, so let's get back to the shelter. Off we trot. Okay. So again, it has the mechanics of this war of mine, but to a greater extent with zombies and everything else. So Leo's now hungry, as is Joe. So continue. That's handy because we've made plenty of food. So again, tab key. We've got all these lovely meals now, as well as a bunch of junk food. So let's feed. There we go. That's his hunger sorted for now. Right. We now need him to sleep. So again, and then we can get our other two guys sorted out. So you go and sleep. Not on the portable bed, on the actual bed. So there we go. Right, next person. So Daryl is in a good place. He's not too shabby. We'll give him a meal as well. There we go. His mental state isn't great, but that's fine. Shelter, we've got a relatively good amount of defences now, so that's fine. Let's go upstairs. Now, let's see what we can build. Okay, so we can build the medical station and we can still upgrade our workbench. Now, it's worth pumping the resources into this, but first things first, of course, we have no weapons, do we? Now it's night time. He doesn't need sleep, so let's find where our weapons workbench is, which I presume is in one of these end rooms. Yep, here it is. Now we can only build Bobby basic stuff, but we're going to want to go with a hammer. So one component and one plank. So get him to make that. Now pay attention to who you use to build stuff as well. If I used somebody else, it would use 2 planks of wood. So he's better at building melee weapons. So again, is it worth having a broken bottle? Yes, probably. We've got plenty of duct tape and we've got a bunch of empty bottles. So let's make one of these as well. So that's it. He's tasked up for the night. And to our last person, which is of course good old Leo, who needs food. So let's feed him. And he needs sleep, so we'll get him to sleep. So relatively simple phase. Onto the portable bed with you, sir. And off we trot. So I think that's... Actually, we probably should have got him to use a med kit. But still. Okay, anyway, close that off. Let's see if we can actually give him a med kit while he's asleep. Yep, we can. Okay, cool. So he'll use that. That will recover his health while he's asleep. Everyone's assigned to tasks. End the night. So Joe lost his healing, but he did recover. There we go. We lost 1 health off of our barricade. So again, not essential to do anything with those. Now, let's have a look. You're in a good place. Let's go back to the workbench and see if we still have enough resources for the communal area, because his mental health is starting to deteriorate. Nope, we need more material. Okay, that's fine. Let's upgrade the workbench then, I think. Yeah, let's upgrade the workbench. Okay. Now, where's Leo? Leo, let's get you to cook. I don't know if we've got enough resources now for food, but we'll have a look anyway. Yep, we do. We can make 2 more. There we go. So that's done. And then again to our final person, good old Joe. We're going to send him back out exploring. Okay, so where do we want to go? Again, for food, we're going to want to go back here. So we've got plenty of resources. So let's prepare to scavenge. We will take our hammer and our glass bottle and a lockpick. Actually, let's leave the glass bottle behind. Yeah, so lockpick, I just like it organised, and weapon, and go and scavenge. Okay, everyone's assigned. Let's go. And here we go, back to 319 Schrader Street, our initial shelter. So let's drop down. Now, normally there's a pipe here. Ah, damn it. Of course, well, I shouldn't say anything. I literally just jinx myself. Right, let's have a peek. No, it's blocked. So up we go. Oh, there is a zombie there. Now is she going to turn around? No, I don't think so. Let's stealth kill. Nice. Okay. Right, some weapon parts, some material. Nothing amazing. Okay, we got a zombie. Wait for him to walk back. No, he should turn around, hopefully. Yep. Stealth kill. Lovely. Where did you come from? That's it. My hammer is nearly broken already because of a random little creepy zombie running up the stairs. Right, there's nobody in there. Okay, what's left in the bed? Let's have a look. Again, not a lot of anything. Location search. Already discovered all locations in this area. Well, of course, it was our original shelter, so you can even see the fallen down planks from where we barricaded. Is there anyone else down here? I can hear a zombie. Okay, let's go back this way. Okay, that looks safe. Okay, kitchen. Good. Okay, right, we've got a meat cleaver. So, this is going to fall apart anyway, so get rid of it. Put that back in again as our weapon of choice. We've also got 2 bits of junk food, and we have a vegetable soup. Let's get rid of our questionable pills and take the vegetable soup, because that's better. So we've now pretty much, I think, looted everything from here. We can remove the chair now, which gives us a freedom of exit. And we want to slowly go back across here, because I did hear that zombie. There's definitely a zombie around here somewhere. Right, let's search the coffee table. What have we got? Okay, we can take everything apart from the trigger for a gun, so we definitely want to come back here at some point. Okay, that zombie decided to what? Start walking in here? No. Okay, well, we don't need to kill that zombie anyway because there's nothing else outside. There's a few more bits here to claim, but other than that, we've searched out the location, so that's fine. We know there's nothing out here. We've already cleared all of this. So, that's it. Run back to the shelter. Whee! So, we're doing relatively well. We haven't lost anyone yet. Normally by this point I've lost either Leo or Joe to death. Right, food wise we've got plenty of course, so let's give him a meal, lovely, and some junk food just to top his hunger up. He does need some sleep now, so that's fine, so let's put him to bed. It's night time anyway. So assign him to a bed. There we go. Now, let's go to Daryl. He needs sleep as well, actually, now. Let's give him a meal. There we go. Send him to sleep. And that leaves us with good old Leo, who's starving. Okay, so top his food up as well. Okay, and we do have enough resources to cook 2 more meals. Now let's do the barricade check. Always worth doing a barricade check. Okay, we're at 5. Is it worth increasing it? Probably, but we can risk it for another night for now because we've got 5. The maximum that I've seen taken so far is 2, but I think if you stay in a shelter for too long, the attacks can get worse and worse. So we're okay for now. Let's go upstairs. Now, we've also upgraded our workbench. So our workbench is now level 2. So we can now build a crap load of extra stuff. So we can now build bolt cutters. We can now have barricades at level 2, if you've got the resources for it, of course. Portable beds, level 2, so more comfortable. Our communal area we still don't have, which is worth it for the, I told you, the mental health recovery, but also we can have a dismantling bench. Now this is worth building as well, but we'll get our day crew to do it. So what we will do is still cook. So let's come out of here. And we're going to go and we're going to cook vegetable soup and we're going to cook meat stew. So that gets that all covered for the night. Everyone's assigned tasks. Let's switch to daytime. Okay, so another day's gone by. We've got another 2 empty bottles. I don't know what you can ever do with these. There we go. We've lost 2 health. Okay. So, more importantly now, we need to get good old Leo here to repair the barricades. Actually, let's do a double check. Because we also need to scout out a new location for a shelter. Yep, so we can move here. So for the night shift, we will move to this shelter, which will give us a new secure space and allow us access to all these different locations as well. Because again, we've already searched out the northern area of the map. So you don't need to do barricades, Leo. What you should probably do, let's go to our crafting guy. So not you, you. Right, you're relatively good at the moment. Let's have a look weapon wise. We should probably craft another hammer. Because at the end of the day we haven't got anything at the moment, so let's add another hammer. There we go. So that'll be finished by the time we're done. Okay, go back to, are we with Leo? Yep, we are. Okay. You can hear them bashing on the things there. I could send him to sleep. Let's have a quick look at resources. So I don't think we can make any food now. No, we can't. We've cooked everything. Crafting wise, bolt cutters aren't essential yet, and there isn't really, other than the communal area that we haven't built yet. So I think maybe build the communal area, because we're going to move shelters at night anyway. Or dismantling. No, let's go with the dismantling workstation. Okay, so let's build that. Okay, and then go to our third person, good old Joe. And we're going to send him out on a scavenge. Okay, right. So, where do we want to scavenge? I'm gonna say that we probably either want to go to Griffith and Sons Hardware because it will give us plenty of resources, or we want to go to Old Ballad. Now this is quite a difficult location, but again it's got a lot of stuff. Do we have weapons? Oh yes, we got our meat cleaver and a glass bottle, so we'll take those, and we'll take a lockpick. Okay, now this is where he may die. We'll see. We'll see. I've had on and off success with this location, so again, a lot of it is just whether you time stuff right. So, okay, Old Ballad, big, massive house. There is a zombie normal. Oh no! Today we've got a closed door, so it shows that how the stuff is random. Now we do have a zombie on the floor down there. Now normally, there we go. See those footsteps? Oh crap. You gone? Yeah. Now the good thing with the meat cleaver is it's quite quiet. No, we've woken up another bloody zombie. Okay, the other one didn't wake up, luckily. Jesus. Okay, well. Just as well we got the bottle with us as well. Right, we've got some extra stuff now. That was hairy. Now, we go through here and push against here. There is a zombie. Yep, here it comes. Okay, that's another dead one. Okay, what have we got in here? We've got some water. We've got a second glass bottle. Good. So that's an extra weapon. Nothing out the back, apart from a tent. Okay, so over here, we know that the only zombie downstairs now is the one that we haven't disturbed. Let's close this door. There we go. And next thing to do is go up the stairs. Now normally there's a dude wandering around here. Okay, slowly does it. Directly outside the door. Okay, managed another stealth kill. Weapon is now destroyed. Okay, again, searchy searchy. Again, take everything. Now, there's a ladder here, you will see. And if we go up, are there any zombies? No. Okay. Okay, again, take everything. We've now got 3 lockpicks, and this is a locked door. There we go, dead. I knew the zombie was there, which is why I just went in arms blazing. Right, we've got a splint. We've got 2 med kits. We've got some bandages. We've got 2 bits of material. Duct tape and screws. Very nice little haul. Now, again, through here, I think if memory serves, this is empty. That's got a chair on the other side, and we can pull down the roof hatch. Now, there's a zombie. He's got a short area to walk backwards and forwards from. But there is another zombie to the left, so ideally we want to get him Do we actually still have a weapon? Yes, we do. Oh, damn it. Come on, die. Bloody hell. I'm having no luck here. Right, other than the fact I'm still alive, of course. Right, another little searchy. Okay, we can take everything apart from the duct tape. We don't need the beer, so let's take the duct tape. Okay, search locations. So we discovered the Presbyterian Church. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Now, if we sneak... There is a zombie in the end of that building. However, if you climb on top of those boxes, they fall through the ceiling onto the floor below, plus you take a little bit of damage. So you don't want to go through there. You can hear, it does give you the audio cues that something isn't right. But the first time I played, I just went straight in there, guns blazing, and it was just like, oh, I've fallen through the floor. Right, down we go. This is a multi-clear out house anyway. You can't loot the whole house in one go. Because if we go down this way, we also have this room here. There's a zombie falling over the bed. But we haven't got any weapons, so why bother? So we're going to go out and back because our backpack is full. So slowly does it. Quickly search this location. Do a queue to take everything that we can. We'll probably do with the components actually, but we can always come back for it. And we are safe. There we go. Another location purged. Back to the shelter. Okay, so we've produced some stuff. We looted some stuff. We're relatively good, but look at the barricades. They are moontanged. Moontanged is fine because, of course, we're changing location. So, back to the map. We are going to go to the petrol station. So we're going to move shelter. Are you sure? Yes. Now, we might end up with a bunch of hungry and tired people. That's fine. Yep, just Leo, actually. Okay, right. You have a meal. Next person. You have a meal and some fast food. Lovely. Next person, you have a meal as well. There we go. And you probably need to use the communal area. Don't know where it's going to be in this location. Okay, so we've got weapons bench, we've got our dismantling station. So I think this guy's good at dismantling stuff. Look at that. 8 material, 8 planks, and we've got 3 of them. So, and this guy's good at dismantling stuff. So, again, he's not tired. So let's break down one of those for 8 wood. Break one. Oh, wow. Okay, we can break down loads. Okay, there we go. So that's it. His day is busy. Next person, good old Daryl. What we probably want to do here, that's the cooking station. We don't want that. Right, can we grade stuff? No. No. We can't do anything with this station yet. We haven't got a medical area yet. We're about to get an absolute pile of material. So it's probably worth doing this. So let's get him to build the medical area. There we go. And over to Leo, who does need sleep, but it's daytime, so we should probably go on a wander. So let's have a look. That's quite high threat. That's high threat. That's no threat. It's still got some stuff in it. obviously with a couple of zombies. The Presbyterian is a good one as well. And we've also now got 15 Independence Boulevard. So full of life, but now it sits abandoned. Minimal weapons and resources, but again, a lot of food, so probably a worthwhile one looting. Let's go. Where do we want to go? Should we go to the church? Again, the threat is quite high there. There's not a lot of stuff there. So it's either the Presbyterian church, which is relatively low threat, or this house that's over here. So this one, but the threat is way higher there. Yeah, the threat's higher there as well. Now let's go with the church. So we're going to take that, and we'll take that, because I think there might be a lock. Now this location has another person to add to our shelter. We're going to give that a skip for now, but let's go. Okay, so everyone's assigned. Off we trot. Okay, Presbyterian Church. Now straight away, there is somebody literally just sat inside here, normally. Oh no, we've actually got closed doors this time, and dead people. Okay. However, no, you can't. Ignore me. It's through this next room. You have to go up and then down. You've got no choice. So up we go, because you can't get through the door because it's barricaded from the other side. We've got a little search location here. Again, take everything. Now, interestingly, there is a bag there. I wonder if you can drop down the little backpack that's on the roof. You can just see the shadow of it. I wonder if you can drop from the top window. I didn't try it before. So we actually want to drop down from here. A little bit psychopathic, but we want to also clear the chair and open the doors. That just gives you a free run if you need to. There are multiple zombies in here. You can hear them. Again, taking everything. Slowly. Wanted to get a couple of stealth kills in before this guy gets me. Hey, I dodged that, cheeky. Okay, dead. Right, we want that, and we want that, but we don't want the bottles because we've got a mountain of bottles. Right, there's nothing in there. Good. Now, there are stairs up, and there are stairs here. You can go across the roof, which leads to the bell tower. And if we come up here... I can't remember whether that's a closed door or an open door, but let's lockpick. And close the door. There we go. Because these are some very valuable loots. Look at that. Look how much food there is. Okay, so we've got loads of fast food supplies. And here, loads of alcohol and a watch. Now, we don't have any trade yet. We haven't found anyone to trade with. But let's go up to the roof. But as you can see from what I've shown you guys so far, it is very much a very good game. It is, as I said, this war of mine with zombies. And I am loving it so far. I will do more of this, which means I won't be able to touch this game now until I live stream again. But I may actually not do any more live streams for this. What I might do is just do episodic content for it, just as a guide as to how to play the game. Right, what do we not need? We don't need the mystery pills. Let's take the extra duct tape. Now, the reason we're going up here is there is another way to find new locations. So there's another telescope in here. There we go. So wash and dry laundromat. Lovely. Now you can go down here, and this is where the extra person for your shelter is. So if we go down all the way, thank Lord you're here. Yep, no, I'm going to leave you there, dude. Are demons still wandering the streets? Yes, they are. Oh, do you know what? Let's add him to our shelter. Why not? I'm far too generous, but we'll add him anyway. You can ring the bell as well, which is interesting. I presume it gets the attention of all the zombies in the local area. So here we go. We've got this chap. So recruit survivor. Roll. He is a chemist. He only has feather fists, so he's not good at fighting, and he's got a sensitive tummy, so he needs to have cooked meals. So happy to have you. There we go. And now he'll come to our place. Now, can we get out of this? Hey, look, you can. And it is searchable. Hey. Oh, and it's bullets and gun parts. Worth keeping in mind. So we're full of stuff now, so we're going to have to scavenge this location again. But that's fine. So off we trot. And back to the shelter we go. Now, I'm not quite sure how long I've been streaming for. I think over an hour. But it's giving you a very good idea of the game. So Leo is now drained. Our barriers have been knocked down a little bit. So your feet are killing you because you need sleep, dude. It's fine. You're going to get sleep momentarily. Only thing is, I can't remember where the beds are in the petrol station. Are they down the far end? No, that's the workbenches. Right. Beds must be down this way. Again, we've got our medical workbench now as well. But let's get this guy to sleep. There we go. Okay, so he's assigned sleep. This guy probably needs to sit in the communal area, strum a musical instrument, and relax, because his mental state is not particularly good. So let's get him assigned to the breakout area. Not quite sure where it is, actually. Let's keep going. Right. We do have a communal area. I'm pretty certain we built it. Although maybe we didn't. No, I'm thinking actually maybe we didn't. Okay, fine. Well, let's get you using the breakdown bench then. Might as well. Because we've got some more genes. So get those broken down. Next person to give a task to, you do need sleep as well, Raoul, so you sleep. And last person, of course, is good old Daryl. And we'll get him. Let's go to our inventory. What have we got weapons-wise? Nothing. Okay, so probably... what's our shelter strength at? Probably worth improving our shelter strength, so let's add that to the queue. There we go. Everyone's assigned tasks in the night. Okay, Leo lost drained, fantastic. Barricades only took 1 damage, that's fine. Right, Daryl now needs sleep. Let's get him to bed. Right, next person is Leo. Could probably actually do with a bit more sleep. But let's give him a meal. as well as some fast food, seeing as we've got quite a bit of it. Now, next person is Joe. Right, Joe, we're going to need to get you. Actually, let's get you to go sleep. So we'll get you to nap as well. Okay, Raoul, let's get you to do something useful. Well, you can have some food. There you go. Okay, down we go. Right, let's get you... See if we can upgrade anything. Although I think he's actually a relatively good cook. So, let's come out of this. Let's get him cooking, actually. So, yep. Let's go with that and that. So that's more food for us. And lastly, good old Leo. It's daytime, so we'll send him out on a scavenge. So we'll send him back to the church. We'll get him to finish. So with his nearly busted weapon. Don't need a lockpick, that's fine. So let's go scavenge. And confirm. Yep, Presbyterian Church, we're back again. Oh yes. With a nearly busted axe, of course. But now, we can just come through. Empty location. Empty location. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we didn't go through here. No, we did not. Another location to search. Lovely. Hey, we've got a banjo as a weapon. Oh, yes. Everyone remembers using their banjo as a weapon during the zombie apocalypse. It's a musical feat of genius. Okay, up the stairs we go. Now, what did we leave in here? Okay, just some glass bottles. That's fine. We'll take them. Now, oh yes, yes. All the valuables and everything else. So we'll take all that now. As well as a mountain of beer. Need to be careful with this. There we go. Weapons now been destroyed. Okay, take everything. Oh, really? Seriously? Oh, come on. Jeez. Okay. I closed the door and everything, and no, you're gonna die. Wow. Okay, what do we not need? Let's get rid of 2 beers. Because water is a bit more essential. We've got plenty of medkits and stuff, so let's go back into this, seeing as we had to close it off. That was fuel. We can leave that for now. And that is a dead end. So, we've now got everything from here, although he's now taken a big ass beating to his health. But again, we've got some very good loot. Banjo is halfway through its endurance. It does do quite a bit of damage, but it also makes a hell of a lot of noise when you use it. I don't think we left anything up on the roof from memory. So back out we go. Oh, bullets, bullets, bullets. Yes. Oh, geez, we do need to go up to the roof, don't we? Completely forgot about that. The bag that's on the roof. So we need to go up here. We need to go out here. And we need to go all the way across and then back down to drop down to get that bag that had the bullets in it. Oh no, we did leave some stuff here. Ah yes, pills in a bottle. Yeah, we don't need those bottles. I'm going to leave an extra slot. Don't know why I'm taking it carefully either. Right. Up. To go down. Of course, we've already used the telescope, so we don't need to use that. So down we go. I would love to ring the bell to see what it actually does. Okay, might do nothing. Oh, no, I've basically provoked the zombie apocalypse, I think. What do we want to leave behind for the gun parts? I would say the solitary piece of wood, and let's take all of these. Okay, I now have to drop down here. That was a bad idea. Oh, they're starting to go, I think. No, 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 they're not. They haven't seen me, though. Crap, 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 crap. It was worth giving it a go just to see what it does. Let's close that. Oh, nuts. And dead. Oh well, it was the end of the stream anyway. That's why I was pushing it. But that's how easy it is to die. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. I hope you've enjoyed. And again, I would say certainly buy the game. I did. All of the games you see me play on my channel, I pay for all of them just to see if they're worth playing and then stream them if they are. So again, I love the game. It is this war of mine with zombies. And again, you saw there how easy it is to lose people. And I've run through from the start probably 10-15 times now and lost people quite frequently, but that's how you learn how to play the game. And again, ringing the bell was probably the dumbest thing you could do because loads of zombies. So there's the point. If you go to the church and you buy the game, don't ring the bell. All that leaves me to say, of course, is thank you very much for watching. And again, I rate this game very, very highly. So until next time, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And from me, Know It All Gaming, good night and see you on the next one.